Welcome to Reddit from Reddit. Today we're looking at the AskReddit. A magical pet store is open, but the good pets are too expensive. What magical pets do you find in the discount section? A cat with telekinesis. It only uses its powers to knock stuff off of tables. So, the usual. A raccoon that does the dishes for you, but has an attitude about it. This is my roommate. Eats trash, dark circles under eyes, steals food, complains about work. You want a roommate. Listen, Chuck, it takes 3 seconds to rinse the mac and cheese pot when you put it in the sink, and 5 minutes for me to scrub it out. Now, I know my puny little raccoon brain is nothing compared to your big self-aware human thinker-mabob, but it seems to me like you could take the 3 seconds. Just saying. Shut up and stack the forks. An invisible goldfish. Yeah, but that'd be super cool. It'll still displace water, so you'd be able to see a gap in the water where the goldfish would be, like a living air bubble. It can hang out with my invisible girlfriend. So an invisible fish, then. A wise talking owl, but it only tells you random useless facts. Well, as long as it finally tells me how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. I'm uncomfortable with how accurately this describes me. A parrot that repeats your thoughts. I would be terrified of having one of those. I don't need a parrot making my family concerned. Also, imagine owning one as a therapist. A parrot that repeats the thoughts of the parrot that repeats your thoughts. Sounds like some crappy superpower stuff. A dog that quacks. That would be adored. Misfit love. A chameleon that inverts their surrounding colors. You could make a lot of money with one of those with stoners. And it's super funky color, so everything around it ends up being garish as crap. A pet rock that teleports wherever you are. Wrap it in wire and attach it to your keychain. 10 out of 10 would take sling as a missile weapon and totally abuse that power in D&D. Excellent. Teleports to where you are. 10 feet over your head, and it's the size of a watermelon. A frog that sings and dances, but never performs for audiences of more than one. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Imagine you think you're alone, so you ask it to perform for you, but for some odd reason, it just won't. A bunny that lights small fires every time he sneezes. He has no control over his power and a mild case of hay fever. I'm buying this bunny. Sir, that's a Pokemon. The talking dog sounds like Fran Drescher. Every time you come home, hello, Mr. Sheffield. Hypnotoad. All glory to Hypnotoad. Hypnotoad is a glorious pet. Snails that grow bigger when salt is poured on them. What if one made its way to the ocean? A dog that sheds hair that immediately becomes another dog. That's the opposite of a problem. A dragon that's terrified of heights and hoards old newspapers. That sounds adorable and like the start of a great sitcom. That just sounds like my hoarder grandpa. A goldfish with legs, but it can't breathe out of water. In my mind, I was picturing tiny human legs on a goldfish. I should have mentioned that. Get him a wheel like a hamster to run on. Rob Schneider dressed as a dog. Rob Schneider is a dog, rated PG-13. A basilisk who can only temporarily petrify itself. A basilisk with cataracts. The magical lizard version of those fainting goats. A sphinx. It's just like a regular sphinx, but it tells bad sitcom jokes instead of riddles. Or a centaur. Torso of a human, but the body of a skunk. I'm almost, but not entirely, certain that I've seen this somewhere. Probably in furry art. Magic rat. Doesn't really do anything magic at all, but you know it's a magic rat because he has a pointy hat with glittery letters spelling mage on it. A sassy cat that adds commentary to your life decisions. Already had its own TV show. It was called Sabrina. An old griffin with type 2 diabetes and separation anxiety. Can it still fly, or does it jump from stuff, flap its wings twice, land, and start wheezing? That's one of the main problems with discount griffins. We have a local cat sanctuary for disabled and elderly cats, and this comment made me want a similar one for griffins. In this day and age, he would have his own Instagram. The Lorax complains about everything, but is super environmentally conscious. Sounds like DeVito. We'll get along great with those advice blowfish. A horny koalatar. Half koala, half horse. Top half is koala, and bottom half is horse. Koala is scaled up to complement horse size, and it's taking a frickin' ton of steroids. With chlamydia. A sloth that has the power to move at 3 times its normal speed. Once a day. A kangaroo that jumps to conclusions. Tiny wingless dragons. They still spew fire. So a fire-breathing lizard. Mushu, basically. Dragon. Dragon. Not lizard. I don't do that tongue thing. That sounds like a Charmander. I'd take one any day. A shape-shifting snake, but it can only shift into other long cylindrical shapes like garden hoses, sticks, penises, and of course, signposts. Sounds like it would be a popular sex toy. A dog that can telepathically communicate. It only barks. At work, in your head, or the donkey dragon babies from Shrek. Hey, dronkies! The whistle flip. A fluffy, flying tube-like lizard creature that obnoxiously whistles and flies in circles around its room or enclosure. It sleeps for only 30 minutes. I love him. A perpetually floating dog. You think it's great, right? Wrong. First, it can't fly. It just floats, randomly. Secondly, it will use the bathroom in midair. Not fun. Also, it can't run on its own. It just flails in the air. So you have to put it on a leash to bring it anywhere. And have to be careful so it doesn't, slam into a wall. Plus, you have to figure out how to get the dog exercise when it's unable to run. And you have to make sure it can't get into cabinets above a counter. And keep it away from the table when you're eating. Good luck. But you could just put a weighted jacket on the dog, and then you have a normal dog. A clownfish that makes inappropriate jokes at inappropriate times. Sad person to a friend. If I had one wish, I'd just wish for Charlotte to come back to me. The fish, after a pause and a happy loud tone. I'd wish for a million wishes. A best friend waiting to happen. A bird that sings with a human voice, but the only song it knows is Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. Sold. A snail that always follows you. Do you also get the $1 million in immortality? I don't know what it's called, but it flies and it's on fire. A firefly. Venus flytrap that opens and closes its trap on beat only to FM radio. This is oddly specific. I'd still buy it. The uniduck. A duck-sized duck with a duck-sized unicorn horn. Freaking mogwai. Too many rules, too many ways to screw it up, too damn cute to resist taking one home. Just for clarity, when can you feed a mogwai? Because not feeding it after midnight doesn't clear things up. Like at all. A rat that can cook like in Ratatouille, but it can only make really simple meals like mac and cheese and ramen. Popular among stoners and students. Why is he in the discount section? A phoenix that can't reincarnate. A blobfish that can talk and gives great advice, but it's hard for you to take it seriously because it sounds like Danny DeVito. You mean voiced by Phil, the trainer of Hercules? How could you not take him seriously? A one-headed hydra that can't regrow any heads. An earworm. Plays a limited number of popular songs, but you can't make it stop. The Esquilax. A horse with a head of a rabbit and the body of a rabbit. So, a big rabbit? A platypus. He's just a normal, plain platypus, but because of how freaking weird they are, they can be pawned off as magical. A house hippo. But it has the aggressive temperament, mannerisms, and appetite of a full-size hippo. And it turns invisible when other people are around, so they think you're crazy. Even photos and videos of it look as fake as the Canadian PSA. But the rainbow stuff it violently sprays everywhere smells fantastic and gives you a mellow high. Or a hissing cockroach. It's like the normal one, but kitten-sized and acts like a lazy, apathetic cat. It also hisses an annoyed, disapproving sigh at everything you do, especially when you accomplish something or screw up. But on the rare occasions that it sits in your lap, it purrs, which makes you feel incredibly successful in anything you do for the next 24 hours. Although purring makes it secrete the feeling of disgust and disappointment, so you also hate yourself for those 24 hours. A cat that sounds like Morgan Freeman. Water sheep. He can change colors and nothing else. I'll name him Jeb. And that's the end of this Ask Reddit. A magical pet store is open, but the good pets are too expensive. What magical pets do you find in the discount section? Let us know what your magical pet is in the discount section down below in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit the like button, get subscribed to Reddit from Reddit, and share this video with your friends. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.